What is the worst case scenario for a Biden win? So let's say we have the election, Biden wins. How could it be terrible? I already gave you how it could be good. Let me give you how it could be terrible. So in this scenario, his win isn't that big. His win isn't that big. And then he goes on to basically do what he's done throughout his entire career, which is namely to take the Democratic position and negotiate it down all the way to a Republican position. So he would propose his half measures up front, and then the Republicans would be totally obstinate and say, we're not interested in anything. And then he would go, okay, and he'd negotiate down his already half measure position down to a Republican position. The Democrats will pass the Republican legislation. That's what honestly what I think would happen there's a worst case scenario for a Biden administration. Now, let me give you some more specifics of the worst that could happen with Biden. More war. First and foremost, we're not getting out of Iraq. We're not getting out of Afghanistan. We're not ending the drone war. We'll continue the drone war. I think that it's possible that he escalates with Venezuela. I think that's possible, which would be terrible. I think that he would strike some sort of grand bargain deal on cutting Social Security and Medicare and then frame it as if it's a victory and as if we're reforming and saving those programs. I could see that happening. Now, I don't think the Republicans will work with him on almost anything, but if they do, it will 1,000,000% be on their terms, not on the left's terms. I think that they could also strike some sort of healthcare deal that gives away even more money to the insurance companies. I think even though Biden sucks, the media would protect him, and the left flank of the party would be shamed into compliance. So if the left flank tries to criticize Biden, they'll basically be told, you're helping Republicans, shut up and fall in line, and I think they will do it. I think they will do it. And they'll go along to get along and accept whatever crumbs they get. And then also, and this might even be the worst part, Kamala would become the heir apparent from name recognition alone from being VP. In this scenario, a worst-case scenario for Biden, the Democratic Party could become even more conservative, and the Republican Party will become even more conservative. So they'll run right off a cliff, and then the Democrats will keep trying to meet the Republicans halfway. That I could see happening. So again, this is the worst-case scenario for a Joe Biden presidency, where effectively he would get nothing done at all, and if he was lucky enough to get anything done, it would be just flat-out terrible stuff like cutting Social Security and Medicare and more war. That's my breakdown of it. I know it's not pretty, but the whole point of this segment is to give you the worst-case scenario for Biden.